it's Stephanie Geiger. I wanted to show people a few features of the Google Classroom that are new, and maybe a refresher for some of you, and maybe you haven't had time to check them out. So, here I am in my Google Classroom. This is the Technology PD Classroom that I just created. I'm going to put some resources in this Google Classroom. So if you're interested in joining it, you can use this code in order to join my classroom. And oh, there it is really big. And so what we see here on the top is we have stream, classwork, people, and grades. Grades are a newer feature. The gradebook actually will sync right when you grade an assignment to your gradebook, so I find it easier to transfer grades to Infinite Campus from the gradebook feature. But I just wanted to show you a few things. So I usually work in the classwork tab here. In order to add materials, you're going to click on this Create. And once you click on Create, you'll get a whole bunch of different choices. If you want just to add a post, you're just adding something onto your Google Classroom to give it to your students, that would be a material. A question would be for a discussion prompt. Quiz assignment is anytime you want to use a Google form in order to create an assignment. You can make it a quiz, and it can grade itself, and you have the ability to lock the Chromebooks as well, which would be something you might do in your class, not necessarily for distance learning. But assignment is the most common type. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that assignment tab. Once you click on the assignment tab, you'll get this window. And here you're going to want to put in whatever the name of the assignment is. So let's say it's the concentration. Actually, I'm going to make this concentration homework. And then any extra instructions you're going to put here for your students. I'm doing that because that would be for a chemistry class. Here is the Add button. This can add an attachment, and that attachment can be from your Google Drive. It can be a link, a file from your computer, or a YouTube video. If you're going to include any of those attachments, it's best to do it here instead of just copying and pasting the link into the instructions, for a few reasons. One of them is that if you use your Google Drive, and let's say that I want to choose this concentration homework. This is a Google form, so you'll see that if I wanted to make it a quiz, I could lock it, but I can also do my grade importing here where it goes straight into my gradebook. I can also add in, if I wanted to, add in a Google Doc, and you can choose either students can view or you can make a copy for each student. So when the students open their document, it already makes a copy for them so that they won't be editing your original. You'll notice that if you add two, you can't import the grades. Importing of grades will only work if you include just one attachment per assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Google Doc so that I can import the grades if I wanted to. Here is where you would choose if you want to assign this to more than one class. So you'll notice I have 2 honors chemistry classes. So maybe I want to push the same assignment out to both classes. So I would choose whichever classes I want there. All students also, I don't have any students enrolled in this dummy course right now, but if you had a group project or you had an assignment that you wanted to differentiate and only assign it to some students, you can do that here. You can change the point value, which will change it in your grade book. Due date, obviously you can choose whatever day you would like that to be due, and the topic. Now, I don't have topics here, but your stream is organized by topic, so I always put a topic in for my students. So this topic might be homework. For this, 2 new features are the rubric and the originality reports. If you have an assignment that already has a rubric, you can copy and paste that rubric into Google Sheets and then import it from Sheets once that's in your drive. That will allow you to click. Hi, so yes, so right here we have our rubrics. if you already have a rubric, you can copy and paste it and put it in a Google Sheet. And this allows you to click on the rubric and grade that way. You can also create a rubric in the Google Classroom here. You'll notice that you want to put the criterion, requirement, the description, and the point value. If you want to add to your rubric vertically, that will be here with add criterion. If you want to add to your rubric horizontally, that would be here where you might have 3, 2, 1, 0 points across. And this allows you to just grade and click through, and it basically incorporates your rubric into Google Classroom. The other thing that you might want to use here are the originality reports. Originality reports will basically take a Turnitin.com feature and make your Google Classroom have that feature where you can cross-check student work versus work that's out there on the World Wide Web. You'll notice that I have 2 assignments remaining. You can do 3 assignments per class. When you grade an assignment, it will allow you to, it will give you that assignment back. So you can only have 3 outstanding assignments with the originality reports, but I've been using this recently. It's been working really well. And then you just go ahead and click assign. And when you do that, it will save it into your stream. And you'll notice that it comes up here. And if you want to edit that, you go over here to the little jelly beans and hit edit. And it brings you right back to that editor. All right, so if you have any questions about the Google Classroom, I'm in room 221 in the high school, or you can email me or stop by one of my PDs so that you can work on this with some support with me. Thanks a lot.